Hi, this is Dan Fleming from DansMark Software Solutions, and this is an upgrade to the Custom Rail Designer, and I've done it in a different video because I didn't want to overwrite everything I've already done. No use in redoing everything. Basically what it is in this particular version is I've upgraded layers. Everybody would like to buy a program and it will draw everything with its layers, colors, line types, dimensions, and text. Well, you're going to be able to do that with DansMark Software Solutions Custom Rail Designer. These are the layers, the colors, line types, and these are the objects that are on those layers. So just for instance, we want to change layer F to layer H, or it could be to Howdy Doody or whatever name that you want to use. We don't like this color. There's two ways to do this. If we want to put 5 in there and then go somewhere else, that's fine. Or if we, if we're at 6, you can place your cursor inside the box, hit enter, and we'll bring up the color selector. So we're going to select the color. We don't like the line type, so we're going to copy and paste a line type. Or you can type in the line type, and if it's not loaded, you may get an error. So you need to load up your line types before you start putting them in here. CNC, we don't like that, so we'll just put in P for the layer name, and don't like the color. So I'm going to use that color, whatever that might be, and I'm ready to go. Now it's going to start drawing to those layers, colors, and line types. You only have to do this one time because now they become the default layers, colors, and line types for all your drawings. You don't have to go back and revisit this and change anything again. It will default to whatever you set this up to. You can change it at any time. When you get through with layers, colors, line types, hit OK. It sets the layers, colors, and line types, and now you're ready to start drawing with your layers, colors, and line types. It made a block out of this, so I'm going to list it, and it's called Shop Drawing Rail 1. That's the block name. Now, I undid the block, and I'm just going to move these items over to the side just a little bit. I'm going to go in there and look at it. There's items on layer D. They're yellow. The text style, you can change that if you want to. That's up to you, but I'm not going to be responsible for you changing the text styles on this. Once you get the drawing, you can change the text style. Type in style. Up comes the dialog. There's a couple of different styles that I use in the Custom Rail Designer. One is D, the other one is F, and I don't think that I'm using Roman T, but highlight Roman F just for instance. That's the main font. And then pick whatever font it is that you want to use. Do not change the height from 0. If you do, it's going to scale the fonts differently. Leave the height at 0. The width factor. I would suggest leaving the width factor at 0.65. The oblique angle, you can change it to whatever you want to. Please don't go upside down, backwards, or vertical. If you do, that's your results, and I'm not going to be responsible for that, and I'm not going to help you with that. But use the same name and just change the font. Now, the reason I don't want you to change the height is because of the scaling of the text. Depends on the length of the rail, depends on the height of this text. This is based off of 3/32 of an inch text height. The width factor, in other words, if you change that width factor right there from width to 1, notice that the width factor now is different. It's not going to work correctly. So please leave it at 0.65. I may use a different, in the final program, I may use a different font, a special font, just for that right there. And then you'll be able to control all the other fonts inside of here that, you know, like this font, for instance. If you list that font, that's a Roman D. Now, the color is the text layer. So if you change Roman D to a different type of font and save your drawing before anything is drawn in it, you know, just like a template drawing, it'll put the font to the correct font that you want to use. And then you can go into the layer control and change the color of the font to your specified font color. Also, with dimensions, it's going to have a default dimension, a dimension name. All you need to do is basically modify or bring up your dimensions and have them as default. You know, it's going to use whatever default dimensions there. You got to understand, you know, the text height must be this for the scales to work out correctly in a D-size drawing. The fraction height, that's up to you. But I use 0.80. If you change this, then it's your baby, not mine. I'm not going to help you on your dimensions. You can change, for instance, the style of text. You can put in whatever text style that you want and whatever text color that you want. The offset from the dimension line you can change. I would suggest leaving it at centered and above, aligned with the dimension line. That way everything will work correctly as I programmed it. If it doesn't, if you change it, then it's yours. I'm not going to help you change or fix the program to meet whatever changes it is that you made to the overrides on the dim scale or dimension style. Please just leave these as they are. The fit, leave everything as it is. Right now the dim scale is at 12. So it uses a scale factor of 12. That will change depending on the scale, the dim scale. So this will always change if you know, if your drawing is different. If it's 1.5 inch equals a foot, it's going to be 8. If it's 12, 1 inch equals a foot, it's going to be 12. Primary units. Make sure you do not change the scale factor. If you do, it's going to change the length to something that is not real. Everything is drawn to full height. So you must use a measurement scale factor of 1. So it's doing 1 to 1. So whatever that text is, that's what that actual piece is going to be. You want to change the precision, whether it's architectural, engineering, or whatever, do whatever you want. I'm not going to be responsible for it. So if you change it, it's your baby, not mine. I don't use alternate units or tolerances. The scaling height, again, is at 0.8, and that's the same thing as the fraction height. So, you know, you can set up basically your dimension to a point, but you must use the scale factors that's used with the custom rail designer. And that's because all the text and all the dimensions are going to automatically update themselves based on the length of the rail. So this title block size is going to change. I will probably put in a title block designer. So you can take your title block, you can do a few basic mappings of your title block and place it right in this drawing, and it will start using your title block instead of mine. Right now, I don't have that done. I may wait and do that in the second version because I still have a lot of work to do in this version, and this is a big project right here. It has taken me quite a long time to write all the code thus far. So please be patient. If you buy the program, I get enough people that are interested in the program and buy the program, I will make whatever programming that you guys want. We'll do anything. The sky's the limit at DansMark Software Solutions. So, for more information, contact Dan Fleming at DansMark.com. My cell phone number is 386-243-1981. You can send me an email to Dan at DansMark.com. That's DansMark.com. I hope that you're going to enjoy the Custom Rail Designer as much as I have programming it. Like in all programs, you have times that are tedious, sleepless at night because there's some things that are pretty hard to do as far as the programming end of it. But I've about got everything straightened out, and it's getting fairly close to release time. The last thing that I will be able to do, or that I still have to program, is basically capturing all the variables from all the different dialogues into a main open save and delete. So basically, you'll be able to set up a pipe rail with all your pipe sizes, your posts, your base plates, whether it be base plates or core drills, or your pickets can either be pipe or round or rectangles, whether it be glass or whatever it is, all your specifications for whatever rail it is, you'll be able to open, save, and delete different types of railings very quickly. If you need to do a glass rail, basically you'll be able to open it up. There's my glass rail number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 10, or 100, or however many you want to put in there. I want to use this glass rail, start it out, put in a railing length. If the height and post spacings and all that stuff remains the same, whatever it is that you put together for that particular type of rail is where you'll be able to start out as your default. So basically, you should be able to set it up. So the only thing you have to do is change the railing length and the connections on each side. This will be a pretty cool program. I mean, I really have enjoyed it so far. For more information, just contact Dan Fleming at DansMark.com. Thanks.